Hey everyone, it's KillerKingKevin, and I just finished the free Fortnite Cup, and in one of the games I ate 60 apples. I'm gonna go through exactly what I did, and I'll show you a map of all apple locations as well. And I'm pretty sure you want to know how to eat as many apples in a single game and in the whole 4-hour session as well. I'm making this video because I played quite well, and some of the strategies that I used is something that you need to do to eat a lot of apples. So before I move on, if you like funny, fearless and serious style videos, I post new videos 3 to 4 times a week, with the latest one being on Laserbeam and Fresh. So subscribe to my second channel for all that awesome content. So first up, let's actually go through all the apple locations in this game. Now, when I first thought about this, I thought it was going to be super easy to just eat a bunch of apples, go to another location, eat a bunch of apples, and I actually thought I would get around 85 to 100 apples. But it doesn't quite work because the whole rules of the tournament is like arena rules. So you can't use cars, you can't use choppers. The only thing you can use boats, and even that is kind of pointless. So the first things you want to do is look at Orchard. Orchard has around 75 apples, sometimes more, sometimes less. But if you farm every single tree and pick up all the ground apples, you will get around 75 to 80, around that range, and that's quite a lot of apples. Now obviously you're not going to get that because so many people are going to play the game, so that is definitely not going to work. But the first place you do want to go to is the Orchard. If you don't go to the Orchard, I highly doubt it's gonna work, because what's gonna happen is if you don't go, somebody else is gonna go, and if you go somewhere else, get apples from other places, the apples are just gonna go away. So your chances of getting the max amount of apples is gonna decrease. Now the other dots you see everywhere is all the other locations where apples spawn. So at the top, I'm pretty sure it's Homely Hills. Around 15 apples will be there, so you can actually go there after you've gone into the Orchard. The first drop, you have to go to the Orchard if you want a chance to get the most apples in a single game, or maybe even in the whole session. Now after that, you can even try Salty Springs. There's around 5 apples near that tree. You can even go to the yacht. There's 5 apples, but how that works is you have to loot those fruit boxes or vegetable boxes. So there's one at the yacht, there's Fortilla, Caddy Corner. Those places you can actually get those fruit boxes, and it has a low chance of dropping apples, but that is some of the ways you can get apples. Now under the Authority, you can actually get 5 apples if you go on the mountain. To the right of Authority, there's another location where you can get 5 apples near a tree. It's between a river and a tree. Then at around Slurpy Swamps, you might be lucky enough to find 3 apples, and the last spot is Weeping Woods. Now Weeping Woods I wouldn't consider going to the bottom part of the map like Fortilla, Weeping, Slurpy or Caddy, because if you're going to the Orchard, it's going to be very hard to rotate all the way across and try to get these apples. So if you're at the top, stay at the top. Don't worry about the storm, it's fine because you have apples. Hopefully you make it out and you'll just be able to keep eating those apples. Alright, so the apple locations are out of the way, and you can pick your route depending on just how you play the game. You can go wherever you want, but that's what I found the best, going to the Orchard and then wherever else. Now, if you're just playing to get the most apples in one single game, don't play at the start of the cup. Literally just let an hour pass or half an hour pass, because if you do that, what happens is all the sweaty people that are playing the game, they'll probably be done with the game. They won't be done, but they'll less people will be sweaty the later you play, because they're done with their 12 games. Now if you want to play the full session, then you're gonna have to start at the start, because you want to try and get 12 games in the 4 hours. But if you're just trying to get that one good game, then maybe start an hour later, because it doesn't matter if you die or whatever happens, because you can just keep playing and try to get the best one game. That's literally what I did. The one game that I played got the best score, which is 60, and that's actually really good. So try to not play at the start of the cup, because it's gonna be super sweaty. Something else that you need to keep in mind is that when you go to the Orchard, You can pick up all the apples from the ground, but once you break the trees, you also get like 1 or 2 apples. Sometimes you get 0, sometimes you get 2. I think the max you can get is 3, but that's if you get lucky. So make sure you're picking up all the apples from the ground, and then you also get it from all the trees. Now, once you do get these apples, try not saving them because you might just get killed. So if you're trying to save him or like trying to stack all the apples, I did do that because like sometimes there's no one around me, so I tried to, you know, stack 15. But if you can, or if you're low, try to just eat the apples because you don't want to die and lose those apples. Now that is actually really tricky because you can only have apples if you've taken damage, and taking damage isn't quite easy. You can only, you know, damage is only given by other players or somehow you damage yourself. So if you are trying to do fall damage, it does work, but just know that people can see you build, people will shoot you, so just be careful. And the second thing is that there is a campfire at the orchard or campfires around the spot. What you can do is just stand on the campfire, and then while it's like going on and while you're burning, just eat the apples while it's happening. So you're eating apples, you're losing health, and you're gaining as well, so you don't have to worry about building a ramp and jumping off every single time. Now, wherever you land, there will be people. At the orchard especially, there's like 10 to 15 people, sometimes 20. It gets super crowded. You might just die off spawn, you never know. So you want to try and play safe. Don't just go for fights. It doesn't matter if they're picking up apples, they're not going to eat them, and they won't be able to eat it instantly because, as I said, you do have to take damage. So if you see someone pick up 15 apples, that is completely fine because they won't be able to eat it. Just kill them after and then take their apples. Now obviously it's not going to be easy to just kill them. They will be, like, there's so many people that were sweaty, I couldn't even fight them. Some people, they just jump on you, edit and kill you. Like sometimes you won't even have a chance. I'm not that amazing of a player, I'm not a pro player, so if you're just a ordinary player, it should work. Like it's just getting apples and stuff like that, so you should be fine. Now the final thing that you can do is stay in the storm for quite a bit, because the first circle, it comes in and it takes a long time for it to end, and it will still be 1 tick. It's only the second circle that you start getting hit by 2 ticks, and it makes it super hard. But you can stay in the storm. If you have apples, you can eat the apples in the storm. Try to keep medkit and bandages because it just makes you stay in the storm longer. So if the storm's coming in orchard, just stay in orchard, med up with your bandages and medkit, and it should keep you in the storm for a longer time and you can farm more apples. I did the exact same thing, but I think I was in the storm near Homely Hills and I was about to die, but I just kept eating apples more and more and I survived, and that's how I basically got 60 apples. So everything that I've gone through should help you eat, I guess, the maximum amount of apples. If you do have any other like tips or something or another strategy, try it out. If it doesn't work, just come back to this video and you'll know exactly what to do. I hope this video does help. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video.